Good evening, folks. We are in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. It seems like, for the most part, knock on wood, login issues have been resolved. There's still plenty of other issues, but we're gonna do something that I feel really uncomfortable with, and that is do some flying without planning, because we're gonna go into the career mode and see what that's like. It's obviously it's one of the brand new features right here. So we'll take a look and we'll see how exactly it's going to work, and we'll cross our fingers that everything goes according to plan. Well, let's just see how this works. Rise of a pilot. Choose any location in the world where you want to start your career. That's kind of handy. There's buttons at the bottom of the screen that I can't see with my current setup. So now I'm very curious, because I would like to see... good. We can use what... Can't I? Yeah. Use my local area airport, if you will. Or maybe I can't. What, is it too small? Surely this can... I can do this one, but not... Alright. We're gonna fly where the mountains are. Up near Whistler. It's a gorgeous area of the world. And I'm using custom scenery. So, what could go wrong? This is, oh, what is this? Who made the scenery? I'd like to give them credit. Because it's one I picked up fairly recently. It's quite nice. It was made for 2020. What's happening? Is it... Okay.
Hello there. You must be Chalk One, right?
I do like that it uses my name. This was made by Burning Blue Design. I knew it had blue in it. Burning Blue Design. So we'll see if if there's any issues with that or not. Oh, I really dislike that I can't see this.
Welcome
yes, I am.
to Squamish. I'm Charles Antoine, the owner of this Aero Club.
Nice Elton John glasses.
Here at the club, we provide all the training lessons you need to get started and earn your private pilot license. Then, once you've earned your PPL, you can build up your flight hours and get more experience by taking people out on first flights. But before any of that, let's head outside and take a flight to get familiar with our aircraft and the local surroundings.
I like this as a career mode. I think this is cool. It gives people a little bit of a way to start, other than just what Flight Simulator 2020 had, which was this flight school, which was not
Welcome to the apron. This is where
not
all
super
our
exciting.
flying adventures begin. Why don't you walk around a bit while I finish the pre-flight preparations?
And it's also, I guess, a tutorial for the
Today
game.
we'll be
These
flying
flickering
the Cessna
textures are probably
172
related
Skyhawk.
to
It's the main
the
trainer
scenery.
airplane in our flight school. Our Cessna's got a glass cockpit and a 180 horsepower engine, climbs well, and is easy to fly. It's one sweet ride. I'm ready if you are, so hop in and buckle up. Let the good times roll.
I'm gonna feel a little overdressed, but shift C to enter the aircraft.
Welcome aboard. While you settle in, let's go over our flight plan. After taking off, we will climb to 1,700 feet above sea level, and then fly over the airport to enjoy the view. Ready? Why don't you start the engine for us?
That seems slow. I'm pretty sure we're at a higher elevation than that. Press auto start engine to... Okay, so this is going to be... It's already broken because I removed the assignment for auto start. I don't have anything bound to auto start. Listen, pal. And everybody who designed this, you didn't think that maybe some people would change their bindings? Just ludicrous. See, I removed it because I don't like it. I just don't like having it. Because I have so many other things, like... I do like going in and out of the airplane here is faster. So now it knows what it is, so we can do that. Wonder if I could have just started it up properly. Probably not, though.
Perfect. The wind is from 270 degrees direction with a speed of 9 knots. So we'll be taking off from runway 33.
I'm just gonna pop these out because I like to.
Okay, let me taxi to the runway.
You can try.
Alright, now comes the fun part. After releasing the brakes and applying full power, we will speed up and take off once we reach 60 knots airspeed. We will be climbing at 75 knots, which is the recommended climbing speed for the Cessna Skyhawk. While climbing, we will follow a left-hand traffic pattern and make 2 turns. Don't worry if it sounds overwhelming. I am here to help. Release the parking brakes, otherwise we're not going anywhere.
No kidding.
Good. Ready for takeoff? Apply full power to get us moving.
Okay.
You handle the yoke, and I'll take care of the pedals, steering the aircraft on the runway during takeoff.
You got it, pal. It's a beautiful airport. Look at that. Look at that scenery. It's very pretty.
We have reached 55 knots. Pull the yoke a little bit to lift off. Don't pull on the yoke too much, or we'll lose speed. Keep the nose of the aircraft just above the horizon. We are approaching our first turn. As you'll see, the Cessna 172 requires very little yoke movement to turn.
It's windy.
You can start turning left. We are 300 feet above the ground. I will retract the flaps. You keep climbing. Keep climbing and prepare for the next turn. This is a good climbing angle. Try to visually remember it.
7 degrees, 7.5 degrees.
Okay, turn left again. We are almost there. Remember, we need to climb to 1,700 feet. It will keep us 500 feet above the traffic pattern.
I guess it did just about get the altitudes right, to be fair. I was a little skeptical initially.
I love the weather today. The clouds are beautiful, aren't they?
It is very pretty. The sim is gorgeous when it's loaded.
There we are, 1,700 feet above sea level and 500 feet above the traffic pattern. We have safe separation with the other airplanes. Look around, see our airport? Let's fly over it. Fantastic. I know that you're busy navigating and controlling the plane, but don't forget to enjoy the view. Well done. I believe you have a talent for piloting. I hope you enjoyed the flight. Let's head back to the ground now.
Well, okay, I'm glad I didn't burn out on the first mission.
I'm glad that we flew together today. This might be the first chapter in your pilot's journey, if you want to embark on it. Let's catch up at our headquarters.
I really should have dressed differently.
You
Oh,
seem
there's a
comfortable
police
out
car
there.
in here.
I'm sure you will get your PPL in no time.
Mm-hmm.
There's a laptop in the office that shows all the certification information you'll need for your PPL exam. Take a look.
It's kind of a cool office, actually. Alright, so what do we got here? Head to your certification to pass your PPL exam. You got a reputation level.
Here you can see all the different certifications you can pass throughout your career. Your first step is to work towards your private pilot license.
Which is, oh, the big thing in the center. Alright. So that's cool. So what do we have? So we've got the private pilot license. It allows you to fly single-engine airplanes in good weather and perform takeoffs and landings from land. Cannot fly commercially. Then we have, after that, we got the commercial pilot license. Night rating, instrument rating, multi-engine rating. This is not that different from how I approached Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. I would do things one bit at a time. Tailwheel endorsements, high performance, turboprop, scoop endorsement, so that's for firefighting techniques. Jet engine ratings, turboprop airline transport pilot rating, airline transport pilot license, jet airline transport pilot license, and then heavy airliner rating. This is the holy grail right here. Wait, it'll be available in a future update? Okay. And then on the other side, this looks like it's taking us to rotor craft. So we've got helicopters, power lift rating, turbine engine rating, airline transport pilot license. This would be a fun one. Hoist endorsement and hook endorsement. That's cool. I do like this.
All the training lessons you'll need to pass the PPL exam are available here. Make sure you're comfortable with these before taking the exam.
Very cool. So you got to take lessons before you attempt the exam. And then you can unlock different airplanes after. Okay. So the training lessons are sim controls, basics of interactions with cameras, aircraft essentials, primary controls, attitude, turns, roll, power settings, maneuver test, pre-flight, taxiing, takeoff. So this is very in-depth. Throttle management during landing, landing itself, downwind traffic patterns, first solo flight, and then you take the exam. Costs 2,000 credits. I have 5,000, so I could technically go for it right away, but I'm not gonna. That unlocks a few more airplanes. Cool. All right, Let's see how long these training sessions are. Let's just start at the top. Squires, good evening. Yeah, in-game exam, I know. Time to learn the basics. We'll go over basic camera and toolbar interactions, which are essential to mastering Flight Simulator. Flight plan images? What's this? Oh, okay. See briefing and start training. Really wish you could change where those buttons are because I can't see them behind my... I do not have a real license now. Anyone know anything about setting up a joystick? In what regard? You go to the controls and you configure them. Unless your joystick doesn't show up in the sim, then I don't know. See, I keep sitting here and I probably have to... No, I don't have to click anything. We're just waiting. Left rudder doesn't turn as far. Oh, that's... I'm unfortunately I wouldn't be able to help you with that quick pick. I use quite a bit of hardware, but it's not really like I don't even know what joystick you have, for example. Okay, now I can click start.
Welcome to Sedona. I'm Captain Jess Molina, and I'll be your instructor.
Oh, so we're not doing everything at my home airport.
For this lesson, we're going to start on the ground and focus on some basic concepts. Fundamentals every pilot needs to know before hitting the skies. This is your plane, a classic, the Cessna 172. Take a look around it. In the simulator, anytime you want, you can easily switch to cursor mode. The cursor is handy for interacting with menus and cockpit controls or instruments. As you can see, activating the cursor also displays the toolbar at the top of the screen. The toolbar is a quick access menu that allows you to control various aspects of the simulation. Try to find and open the controls
Yeah, that's
panel.
not a bad idea, Squires. You might want to try to recalibrate it in Windows.
The controls panel is a useful reminder of the button layout for the devices you're currently using. Now try to find and open the camera panel in the toolbar. The camera panel allows you to access the various views and camera modes of the simulation. Go ahead and close all the panels for now. In front of you is the yoke, the primary means of controlling the aircraft. In the simulation, you will be controlling the aircraft with your peripherals of choice.
She's actually talking, by the way.
So, let's hide the yoke for now.
Well, she was. They've definitely improved the other characters. The glasses are really good, actually.
Alright, as we've seen, when you want to look around you, it's easy to rotate the camera. But you can also move it freely in a cockpit to get a better view of anything you want to see. Even through a window to look outside. Now, reset the camera to its original position.
I just did it. I just did it.
That covers all the main camera functions available in the simulation.
Hey, Spike. I'm still on...
familiarize
This is
yourself
like the
with it a
very
bit
first
more,
thing. So
then
I'm on
reset
the
camera to its original
private
position
pilot
whenever you're
license, and
done.
I'm just checking to see what these training sessions are about. Some of these
Great.
I think I'm just gonna have to skip because I already know this. Yeah, it's really good. It's a really good tutorial though for people who are trying to get into the sim for the first time. Yeah, I mean, I don't really need to do the basics. I wasn't sure if there was any kind of benefit to doing them, other than, I guess, scoring high on them. I could jump right into that, but I guess... See, I mean, I really know those. You know what? Power settings? I mean... Maybe we should do the maneuver test. Just see how bad I am. How bad I am without an autopilot. Oh gosh, we're already in the plane. Okay. By the way, I have triple screen so I can see what's off to the right of me, and it's not pretty because the landscape is slowly loading in.
The art of maneuvering a plane through the air isn't a mystery to you anymore.
Nope.
Now it's time to test the skills you've learned. As you can see, we're cruising at 6,000 feet on a north heading of 360 degrees.
Kind of are, yeah.
Start by descending to 5,500 feet while maintaining a northerly heading.
Okie dokie.
While descending, reduce throttle to avoid overspeed. While descending, reduce throttle to avoid overspeed. That's good. Now, climb to 6,000 feet and turn to a south heading. On the Cessna 172, you need full power to climb effectively.
Ain't that the truth? 6,000 and turn south, eh? Okay. This is actually kind of fun having to do this manually. Also really fun if you have a force feedback yoke, like I do. And I don't get to make as much use of it as I should. Alright, I'm pretty
Nice.
happy with that turn. It's not
Alright,
bad.
next exercise. Maintain your heading of 180 degrees, stay at 6,000 feet, and adjust your airspeed to 80 knots. Go ahead and reduce your speed.
I am. Do you want me to just pull it?
All right. That was excellent.
Thanks for the follow, Pyro. Okay, that's actually really cool for beginners. Turn while climbing 90%. Alright. Okay, still got an A though. I'll take it. I guess you can really practice this and get very good at this hand flying stuff. Pre-flight, let's do that. That's new and it's easy. Then we got taxiing, takeoff. I don't know, we might just jump into an exam here just to see because it's cool, but it's definitely geared towards beginners. But everybody has got to go through it. I picked the wrong one. I didn't want taxiing. Oh well, we can do it anyway. Nothing wrong with that.
Let's take a moment to talk about taxiing. Taxiing refers to moving the aircraft on the ground under its own power. In particular, getting from the ramp out to the hold short point on the edge of the runway. Steering on the ground is managed through the rudder pedals. That's right, unlike driving a car, we turn by using our feet. Okay, ready? With the throttle idle, release your parking brake. Okay. Now, gently increase throttle to get the aircraft moving. Go easy on your throttle. Use your rudder pedal to turn left and enter the taxiway. Increase throttle to gain forward momentum and then reduce RPM accordingly to match a fast walking speed while taxiing. Now, test the brakes. Good. Brakes checked. Taxi to the next exit, then come to a stop. Remember to control your speed with throttle and brakes. See the crossing in front of us. Stop before it, as if traffic was coming off the runway.
Learning how to taxi.
Stay as close as possible to the taxiway center, marked by the yellow line, and watch your speed.
This is not the most exciting training right here. Really curious if there are going to be training sessions on using the autopilot, because I feel like that's something most people would want to learn. I'm trying to think back to my buddy Bill, who wanted to play the sim but wasn't quite sure how to like start and stuff, other than just getting in and, you know, banging around local airports, which you can do, of course, but if you want to actually do it properly, you got to learn a little bit. And 2020 had very
After the
little
right
in the
turn,
way of
come to a stop before
that.
the hold short point, in prep for takeoff.
So this, I think, would probably be really valuable for somebody who wants to learn a bit about how to use these airplanes in Flight Sim 24.
You've mastered that lesson.
Yep.
The
I
next
can
challenge
taxi.
will be to keep the aircraft under control while at full throttle for takeoff.
%. I'll take it. Okay, so what I really wanted to do though was pre-flight. Because that's a bit interesting. Because it's new, not really something we had in the previous simulator.
Hello. Today we're going to go over all the steps that precede turning on your engine. Those steps are essential to ensure your aircraft's integrity and that everything is in order for a smooth and seamless flight. First of all, stretch your legs a bit and take a look at your aircraft and your surroundings. We never took much time to look at our aircraft from the outside, so take your time if you want to inspect it. You might have noticed some extra bits on your aircraft. These are the covers and chocks. Covers are installed when the plane is not in use and are meant to avoid damaging its sensitive parts. Chocks are there to immobilize the aircraft. You'll need to remove them before takeoff. And we're done for the outside. Now that we're sure your aircraft is functional and ready to taxi, let's check the inside. Let's get to the matter at hand. You've been given an EFB, also referred to as an electronic flight bag. It's a tablet that stores critical flight information
wearing,
and is the ideal tool to prepare your flight
full
plans
uniform today.
and enhance your piloting experience. Open it and take a look. Feel free to follow a quick guided tour of its features.
The EFB is
The
really,
EFB
really good.
features an interactive map, a flight plan editor, aircraft and current flight information, a nav log as well as fuel and payload options. The EFB has plenty to offer, but if you want to get directly into the action, you can turn it off after you finish the quick tour. It seems like we're all clear on the checklist. Now start this pretty bird up.
Okay, actually, I want to see. Okay, the checklist. I'll skip the tour because it's really not that interesting. But checklist is interesting. So it knows what plane we're in. Checklists, pre-flight. Oh. Okay, that's the outside. Park and brake is set. Ignition switch is off. Avionics master switch is both are off. Master switch, alternator, and battery, both off. Oh, sorry. Turn them on. Verify that PFD is on. It's coming on. There it is. Fuel quantity. Verify levels are correct. We'll assume that that's what we wanted. Low fuel left and low fuel right check. Verify that they are not shown. I don't see them, so I think we're good. This, I know some people who really don't do checklists at all, but if you want to do stuff and you don't know how any of this stuff works, checklists are a great way to learn aircraft. Check oil pressure annunciator. Verify the annunciator is shown. Oil pressure, checked. Low vacuum shown, checked. Low volts. Verify the annunciator is not shown. Well, it is shown. So, time to throw this airplane in the trash and get a new one. We're gonna skip it, but master switch. Okay, back off. Elevator trim to takeoff position, fuel selector valve both, which is down here. Static pressure alternate valve is in off position. I don't actually know where that is. There, okay. Pull is on, so it's off. We're just going to ignore the low volts annunciator. So that's pre-flight inspection there. Empennage. That's outside, I guess we did that. So these are the actual, so I guess we would get in and then we would get back out. It's very detailed though. You can check the oil level, which is very cool actually. Let me show you. Hopefully I don't get in trouble. I'm going to go back outside, under the wing, duck down. For some reason, there seems to be some lag with the steps, the walking. Check the oil level. Can we actually take a closer look at that? It should no less than 5 fill to 8 quarts. I'm guessing, you know, this is too low, this is too full, so we're at like 80% where we should be, so we're good. Actually had to get out of the way to get it to close. Okay, so that looks kind of cool. I like how the tablet stays. Starting engine. Actually, before starting engine, brakes, electrical equipment, we've already checked all those. With battery. Push the throttle ever so slightly in. Checked. Pull mixture level in full aft position. Full aft, interesting. Standby battery switch arm. Verify that the PFD comes on. It does so. Verify no red access to engine page indicators. What's off? So, guess it's not there. Master switch, alternator and battery on. Let's flip those puppies on. Beacon on. If engine is cold, probably not, we're in Sedona. Make sure it's set to full rich, so that's now pushing it forward. You can just see that behind there. Pull mixture level in full aft position. Okay, sorry, we're not actually doing the if engine is cold. I guess it is cold. So auxiliary fuel pump on, which I believe is this one. Put it, there we go, and then we turn it off again. Just kind of priming it, I guess. Ignition switch. Yeah, and see, that didn't work. So this is actually weird. I feel like this checklist is not, this is not how I would start it. I would give it fuel.
Now that we've covered
There
all
we
the
go.
preparations, let's get to the good stuff, shall we?
That's weird. I don't know about that fuel lever thing, because aft position, unless they meant all the way pushed in, but I don't think they did. Anyway, we got 100%. Should we just try for the exam? The owner of the flight club recommends more training, but let's try it. I want to try it. Oh, you can retry it for free anytime. Oh, that's good. We will need to complete a standard traffic pattern. Follow the flight plan, apply what you learned, fly safely, get your license. I like this view, it's pretty. So we're going to do very similar. Initial climb, downwind, base, final, and then land. And according to this flight plan, we're just going to crash into the mountain over there and take out a couple trees. But not to worry about that. It'll be fine. Video games, am I right?
Your first ever check ride. Start by removing the covers and shocks, then join me inside.
Alrighty. Engine covers. Static port cover. Pitot covers. I forgot the static port cover the other day. Had to abort a takeoff. And shocks. And let's get in. Oh, hello. I don't think we've met. No more instructions? Alright, we'll just start her up.
Your goal is to complete a left-hand traffic pattern, respecting the flight path and all required speeds. Rely on what you have learned in your trainings, and you'll be fine. Now, show me the best traffic pattern that you've got.
Press enter to announce taxi.
Charlie Yankee, Sierra Echo Traffic
I don't know how to
Cessna
do
Charlie.
any of this with the
Foxtrot
built-in
Alpha Golf Mike is
ATC.
taxiing to runway tree tree.
This should be fun. I actually suck at flying traffic patterns. Like, I have to think about them really hard to remember how they work. So this could be, you know, might be a short career. It's a beautiful airport though. This scenery from Burning Blue Designs is just gorgeous. And this area is really pretty too. Squamish near Whistler. It's very, very nice. I imagine not the easiest area to fly in because of all the mountains around and stuff. Are pitot heats on? Nope. I would like those on. I was wondering how I was going to treat. Stop it, hold short, failed it? Come on. I guess I didn't stop. Maybe we get one mistake. Guess we'll find out. There's a bear on our left, by the way. If you can see that. Right there. And a couple of cubs. Welcome to Canada. Alright, we taxied here, so that's good. So far we've just got one thing that we missed. And that's really because I wasn't paying attention. We entered the runway, now we're going to take off from runway 33. we have flaps down? Oh, we didn't. Now we do. Should probably lose some points for that. Airspeed's alive, 55 knots, a little bit pulling back, and away we go. Climb to 750 feet. Okay, did that. Reach crosswind end. Climb to 1,300 feet. Get the flaps up. Head down towards downwind end. Maintain 1,300. The downwind end is the one that is literally right in the mountainside there, so we may have to fail a little bit on the altitude here so that we don't die. As you can see the peak right there. Center to announce position.
Charlie Yankee Sierra Echo Traffic Cessna Charlie. Foxtrot Alpha Golf Mike 1 miles west 1,300 feet inbound to land runway tree.
Runway tree, still a thing. Good to know. Alright, we're gonna turn here before we hit that mountainside.
500.
Did it not tell me to descend as well? Didn't, huh? Just to reach base end? Okay, now we're just landing. Alright.
Charlie Yankee Sierra Echo Traffic Cessna Charlie.
Oh, we're coming in way too hot.
Foxtrot Alpha Golf Mike is on final runway tree to land.
It's not gonna be pretty. But we landed on the runway. Ish. And we're trying to brake. Is that a golf course back here? Alright, you gotta get the brakes checked on this plane, man. Interesting.
Don't sink, 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 don't sink,
500.
don't sink, don't sink, don't sink, don't sink, don't
That
sink.
warning is not normal. Also not sure why it's telling me to stop at hold short there.
Don't sink, 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 don't sink.
This is ridiculous. The ground handling is just still terrible. This may not have been a great airport to actually do this in anyway. Like, why is it not stopping? Come on. Now we're gonna hit a tree again because the brakes don't work on this thing.
Don't sink, don't sink, don't sink, don't
So,
don't sink, don't
flight
sink,
handling is
don't
still
sink,
trash,
Don't sink, don't sink.
500.
just as it ever was. This is why I don't fly GA, because this stuff is generally just broken. Curious if it's still gonna let us pass with like 3 retries here. Probably should have picked like a large airport with like a nice 10,000-foot runway. I'm not sure this is a hold short point as much as it is a forest.
Charlie Yankee, Sierra Echo, traffic Cessna Charlie. Foxtrot Alpha Golf Mike is taxiing to parking. The mountains are still not great. Like, the render distance could be better. It's very flat and cartoony at the distance. So I don't know, like lots of people saying it looks so much better. It's like, I don't really see it. It looks good, but it looks about the same as 2020. It doesn't markedly look better to me. That's fun. Congratulations. You're on your way to become one hell of a pilot.
I passed it with an A. Okay, it's very, very lenient. It's very lenient. I guess I did a pretty decent job on the traffic pattern. Are there stats? There's no stats for landing, though, because... Yeah. Okay. Very lenient, that's all I can say. I'm grateful, but probably did deserve an A on that. So, we now have our private pilot license. Can now fly new aircraft and missions. Cool.
Congratulations on passing your PPL exam. Hopefully that's the first of many steps on your career path. Your PPL allows you to fly recreationally and begin to build up your flight hours. First flight missions are a great way to increase your experience. Let's go back to headquarters and review the specializations board to learn more.
Okay.
As you can see, the career journey of a pilot can take many different paths. As I said earlier, your PPL is the first step, allowing you to fly recreationally and perform first flight missions, taking people on tours around the local area. As you build up your flight hours and earn more certifications, other specializations will become available. Take a look around. Then when you're ready, head to the missions list to see what's available.
That's very cool. So first flights, you just basically like your tour guide. Ferry flights are cool. Including jet engines. Alright. Flight seeing. Nice. Skydiving. I know there's some people that I know that are very interested in this. Prerequisite level 8. So, okay, there's a lot to do. Cargo transport, aerial advertising, private charters. This is a fun one, I think. Search and rescue, this is cool. Aerial firefighting, medevac, agricultural, more charter service VIP, and then you've got the airlines. Firefighting, again, and cargo transport, heavy and super heavy. Level 90 required for this, wow. Okay, so we got to fly missions basically to earn flight hours and
on this map,
other
you can
requirements
see
to get
all
some of the cool
missions
stuff.
Currently available to you. There's one mission currently available. Select it now.
Yeah, Vern, you're right. Or you could just go into free flight like we do. But honestly, this is kind of fun if you're looking for something to do, and if you're starting. I think this is a really great place to start. But honestly, this is very similar to how I started learning airplanes. Like, I started with a Cessna, and then I went on to a slightly more powerful single engine, then I went to turboprops, then I went to twins and small jets, small airliners, big airliners, you know. So in this case, we're going to fly a nice little flight over Squamish. Looks very pretty. Full briefing. Sarah Messier, oh, I hope she's not related to Mark, has planned a surprise for her brother. I hope that's not Mark. Otherwise, you know, we might hit a mountain. About 45-minute flight. Okay. Let's do it. What I wish that they'd add it, and maybe they will in a DLC or something. Once there's companies, I wish we could do virtual airline companies in here, because that would be really, really cool. As multiplayer, right? Like to have our own company here and like people could fly missions, sort of like what On Air does, but without the subscription fee and third-partiness of it. I really got to see how I can change my outfit. I want to dress a little more casually. So this thing here that we still cannot skip, I think. Oh, you can skip it with the next flight phase button. I wonder if that also works in... Should try that, Vern. If you bind something to the next flight phase, maybe that'll work for, you know, non-career mode missions as well.
You can send the guests. Well noted.
You guys ready? My last landing ended in the bushes, so, you know, good luck. Hope you enjoy it. The option doesn't show up, but I wonder if you bind a button to that, if it'll work.
Your guest today is Sarah. She's got her brother with her. We've been meaning to arrange this ride over the place for a while. Now's the perfect chance to do it with you. If the seatbelts are fastened, you're ready for takeoff. Captain, time to fly.
Charlie Yankee, Sierra Echo Traffic Cessna Charlie. Foxtrot Sierra Hotel Sierra is taxiing to runway Tree.
Can I use autopilot in this? I guess I can.
Nice to meet you, Captain. I'm
Oh.
Sarah.
Hello,
Never
Sarah.
had a chance to fly over Squamish before, and I'm
You
thrilled,
sound fake.
so I'm counting on you to show me lots of cool stuff around my place.
Hey there, I'm Michael. It's so great hanging out with you today. By hanging out, I mean flying.
Good, I'm glad your name is Michael, not Mark. I sure picked... I mean, this is a gorgeous airport, but it's certainly a bit more difficult to taxi out of this place than some other ones. I didn't see it there, but maybe. I would still want to look to see if there's a... What happens if you assign a button to that skip to next flight phase, or yeah, next flight phase. I would still be curious if it'll let us do that. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't like this airport. It always tells me, like, I entered the runway without holding short, but it doesn't tell me to hold short, so it's a little wonky.
Charlie Yankee, Sierra Echo Traffic Cessna Charlie. Foxtrot Sierra Hotel Sierra, taking off runway Tree South departure.
Did you see the bears? Over there on the... by the trees? They're always there, man. They live there. I'm gonna try autopilot because that's how I like to fly.
This sensation is fantastic.
The sensation is fantastic. Yeah. Okay. Hello, autopilot. What's wrong with you? Fly to Squamish. Oh, why is it so windy? What is happening here? Also, the autopilot does not seem to be working.
They say altitude is just a state of mind. My state of mind says we're up really high.
Because it's turbulent as fuck up here, lady.
Look at the sky. It's like cloud surfing, literally.
Man, the DLSS on the glass screen, like, look at the speed flipping around, getting all blurry like that. It's terrible. Is it? I didn't remember it being that bad, but it's also really turbulent. Like you can see, we're getting bounced around really, really harshly.
You okay?
It's not great.
Scared?
I'm too excited to be scared.
500.
Flying over our beloved region at sunset must make you feel on top of the world. Definitely
This
need
might
to
actually
book
be
that
easier to
someday.
fly without autopilot. It is so bumpy, though. It is so bumpy. I like those boxes that they added in the G1000. That's new. It 2023. That's quite nice.
The roofs of Squamish over there. Nice.
Everything down below looks so tiny.
God, the AI voices are awful, Microsoft. Awful. There's so many good AI products out there. Which way do you want us to fly now? Set an altitude of 1,087. Okay, we're going to do a little loop here. Okay. Music's nice. This plane is extremely difficult to control. I don't remember it being like this in 2020.
I wish we had more time to enjoy the view. It goes by too quickly.
Charlie Yankee Sierra Echo Traffic Cessna Charlie. Foxtrot Sierra Hotel, Sierra 5 miles south, 1,200 feet inbound to land runway tree.
Oh, I bought that box that high. We don't need to be that high. That seems unnecessary. Oh,
When it took off, I thought there should have been a drum roll or something.
Looking at my triple screen on the right, sometimes one of the side panels of the airplane just disappears and becomes transparent, so that's fun. It would actually be kind of nice if you could have that view, but I mean, it's supposed to be solid there, so.
Back to the airport already, guys? So, Sarah, you want to fly again?
What a thrill! I absolutely love the view flying over Squamish. Ready to head out again whenever you are.
That was amazing.
Charlie Yankee
so much.
Sierra Echo Traffic Cessna Charlie. Foxtrot Sierra Hotel Sierra is on final runway tree to land.
I'm looking out the right, and there is a hotel that I was actually at earlier this year for a conference. I think that's what that is anyway. Looks very similar. See you, Vern. Have a good one.
Smooth as silk.
Oh, it's birds flying overhead. That's included now. Alright. Spent a bunch of money on that as an add-on for 2020. Actually, I didn't, but you could have. Oh, we're actually going right in here, eh? That's cool. It's too bad there's already a plane parked there. This could be problematic. Especially because it still wants me to hold short. Like, that's not happening. If I have to taxi back out there to an imaginary hold short spot on the other end of the runway, I'm not going to be super happy about it. Oh, that's ridiculous. I literally followed. So bad. Like, the whole short point is on the other side of the runway that I was at the start of the runway where I was landing. It makes no sense. I'm just going to lose reputation for taxiing fast because of this nonsense. Now where do you want me to stop? Yeah, now that one makes sense. Jesus. It's just like so much in this sim. It lacks polish. It hasn't been tested nearly enough. Because the things I found just doing little things should never have made it through QA. So that means it hasn't happened. It's really that simple. Because there's no way that testers would let stuff like this pass. And I'm hitting enter and it's not happening.
Charlie Yankee, Sierra Echo Traffic Cessna Charlie. Foxtrot Sierra Hotel Sierra is taxiing to runway Tree.
No, we're not. Hey. God. Now I have to actually bind a button to let me skip past their nonsense.
Always cool to see your own region from a new perspective. Looks like they enjoyed it. That was a great flight seeing session, cool.
Yeah, well, the radio communications didn't work because you broke them. Oh, I thought it gave me a D, but it's not finished yet. No, I got a no skip bonus. I literally skipped something. Okay. Level 3, I do feel like I'm playing COD or something.
Nice work completing your first mission. Continue building your flight hours by completing more missions, and you'll be ready to move onto your CPL in no time.
Oh, we got a lot of missions now.
Here's all
What do we got
the
here?
first flight missions available right now. Take your pick which one you want to tackle next.
Okay. It's kind of cool that we get to go somewhere else. First flight, take local resident over Half Moon Bay. Ooh, that's nice. Port Alberni, Nanaimo. Oh, I really like this. I do really like a lot about this. What is... First scenic right over BC with Karen, CBQ. Flying local residents to Delta. Oh, next to Delta. Okay. 1RL. Never been to this airport. I want to do that one. Let's do that. I think we can probably squeeze in one of these. Michael Watts. Him and his daughter. Alright. Gonna fly over Greater Vancouver. Sounds fun. Boundary Bay Flying Club. Damn it. Weather is not quite that great looking.
Ryan, I'm ready. Well noted.
Yeah, we'll just do the quick start. Why not?
Looks like a perfect day for flying, Captain. For today's flight, you're taking Michael, one of our friends and his daughter, over Delta. Have your passengers fastened their seatbelts? Then you're ready to depart. Captain, it's your show.
Ground Cessna Charlie. Foxtrot Victor Kilo Juliet request taxi for departure to the west with Charlie.
Cessna Charlie. Foxtrot Victor Kilo Juliet taxi to and hold short of runway 1 tree using taxiway golf. Contact tower on 118.1 when ready.
Taxiing hold short runway 1 tree using taxiway golf, Cessna Victor Kilo Juliet.
I've never taken off from this airport before, so this will be interesting.
This
to see
is
what
where
this
our
looks
family has lived for generations, so it's particularly special for us today. I'm Michael, by the way.
Hey there, I'm Jessica. It's so great hanging out with you today. By hanging out, I mean flying.
like. Oh, it's the same joke as the other guy made. All right. I've heard from a couple of people that they're like, I wish we could turn the AI voices off. I don't mind them. I wish they were better. I think they add something to it. They're just not that good. That's the real shame of it all. Yeah, see, I think at this airport this is actually a bit easier. I think the Squamish airport, it just got confused.
Tower Cessna Charlie. Foxtrot Victor Kilo Juliet ready for west departure at runway 1 tree.
Cessna Charlie Foxtrot Victor Kilo Juliet altimeter 29.0.
Cleared for takeoff runway 1 tree, Cessna Victor Kilo Juliet.
I could get used to this.
Cessna Victor Kilo Juliet continue for west departure.
Tower Cessna Charlie. Foxtrot Victor Kilo Juliet continue for west departure.
We feel really safe. Ryan was right. There's no sense of vertigo at all.
That's good to hear. It's all the autopilot's doing, though.
We almost forgot to take pictures.
But don't do that. Take pictures. There probably was something that told me what altitude to fly at, but
Hey, now the town. Never expected to see all this.
It's amazing. I recognize everything down there.
Speed of 87, and then we're going to fly a
Cessna
circle.
Victor Kilo Juliet leaving my airspace, frequency change approved.
Tower Cessna Charlie. Foxtrot Victor Kilo Juliet frequency change.
Everything I see makes a great photo. Last but not least, thanks for showing us that.
I wouldn't really call this Greater Vancouver, to be honest. This is almost part of the US. This is like
This
Point
is better
Roberts.
than any postcard.
But it's fine. I'm just going to pretend that these guys don't know what they're looking at. So these first flights are actually fairly quick by the looks of it.
I'm going to get whiplash trying to look at everything.
Tower Cessna Charlie. Foxtrot Victor Kilo Juliet is 5 miles southwest 1,200 feet with Charlie to land.
Cessna Charlie Foxtrot Victor Kilo Juliet Tower. Altimeter 29.902, enter left traffic runway 1 tree.
Fly left downwind runway 1 tree Cessna Victor Kilo Juliet.
When we took off, I thought
There should have been a drum roll or something.
It does look very nice. Like the clouds and stuff are really pretty. They're good. The weather's good. And the reflections on the glass, like on the left there, looks really nice.
Once you take off,
I see you're on your way back, guys. So, Michael, did you enjoy the ride? You ready to do it again?
what a thrill. I absolutely love the view flying over Delta. Ready to head out again
Whenever you are.
you made our day, Captain.
Interesting pattern. So I guess we're actually going to land on that runway there. Flying like an 8, figure 8. Oh no, Garth, that sucks. Yeah, my sim has frozen several times. Usually when I go back to the menu after a free flight, it seems to get stuck there. Yeah, it's just not ready. Like, there are the issues with it. I feel like to me they scream like hasn't been tested enough, hasn't been thought through enough. I suspect it's gonna be, it will be good eventually. It's just not there yet. Like, it needed more time. And that was evident with all the server issues they've had. It's evident with some of the bugs I've run into in career mode already, where it's just like, you know, I understand it's hard to test like every airport and stuff, and I picked a small airport for my career mode stuff, and some of the things were just really awkward, and it's like telling me to stop at a whole short point that made no sense whatsoever. It was like in the trees. But I wouldn't say it's acceptable, no. I don't think it is. It's all too common, unfortunately. But this is the thing. The only way that this kind of stuff will change is if people stop buying on day one and people stop pre-ordering, because, you know, you bought it now, and I know people are asking for refunds, and I think they're given refunds, but I mean, I don't know, if you're going to refund it just to wait for it to get better, sure, I guess you could do that. It will get better, I'm sure of that, but it just doesn't feel like it's...
Juliet wind calm, cleared to land runway 13.
Just needed more time.
Cleared to land runway 13, Cessna Victor Kilo Juliet.
Fortunately, 2020 is still around, and I feel like, I don't know, I haven't decided yet if I want to fly in that. I kind of want to, I only do a few flights a week, and I want those to be solid, so I'm going to have to try a couple of the airliners that I would fly in here. I tried the CJ4 the other day, it actually worked okay. It had bugs, but the airplane itself worked. I want to try the Airbuses, but I also don't know if I want to spend a whole bunch of time configuring all my hardware for those. I guess I should, because I'll probably fly them eventually, like maybe the 330 anyway. While we wait for some of the really nice third-party pair airplanes to be made compatible, and it sounds like that's going to be challenging for those developers too. Going on way too fast again.
And a buttery smooth landing for a perfect finish.
Cessna Victor Kilo Juliet, turn next taxiway.
So now I gotta check. Okay, so it really wants me to go back there. So I'm just gonna go back there because this makes no sense what I'm doing here, but I know I'm gonna get in trouble otherwise. Oh,
Cessna
see?
Victor
Like,
Kilo Juliet, contact ground on 124 decimal tree.
this is, like, that's broken. I didn't do that. I did not actually enter a taxiway. And then for some reason here, the ATC stops functioning. It's broken. So I got no choice but to skip to the end. Which fortunately, because the bonus points for not skipping also seems to be broken. So I'll still get those. It's funny. What's up,
No
Division?
need to win over the locals, but seeing them smile says it all. Well done, pilot.
Let's see. Oh, I would disagree with that, but alright, I'll take it. Everything went perfectly during this flight? Okay. Yeah, I mean, during the flight, it did. See, no skip bonus. I did skip. But because it was broken. So fortunately, that's also broken. Two wrongs make a right. I do like the headquarters. I gotta see if there's a way to change my outfit, though. I feel way overdressed. It is far from finished, absolutely. Yeah, it's half-baked.
You've built up enough flight hours to be eligible to take your CPL.
Oh, really? Already?
If you pass your CPL, you can begin to get paid for successful missions.
Interesting. Okay, is there a way to... There we go. Customize identity. See, like... Why? Why is this a thing? Why is this a thing? Like... Make it make sense, Microsoft. The grinding in the career mode? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, I'm not far enough into it to speak about that yet, but I could imagine that would be tiresome. Ah, there's co-pilot. Okay. Apparel. I just want to change my outfit. I don't want to wear the uniform. I guess I did pick the uniform, but... A hoodie? This might be the way to go, this shirt here. Okay, and then co-pilot. Ah, okay. Which one's currently selected? None, so okay. Oh, that's a shadow. I thought, why does he have blood on his forehead?
ATC, requesting clearance for departure.
Yeah, that'll work. High performance endorsement already. Now I just need 30k to get the engine rating. That's not bad. That's not bad. You're well on your way. Like I've done nothing. Really. Does it actually show in here? So those were some test flights I did earlier, and then I did a bunch of just sitting around and screwing around. And I guess... Oh, it doesn't count career flights. Does it? No. I haven't taken any photos. Okay, got just a few minutes left here, but I want to take a quick look at what this CPL stuff is going to entail. Oh yeah, so just 2 out of 2 first flight missions. We've done that. So what do we need to do for this? Trim management, departure. I'm just curious what kind of stuff that they are teaching us in these. Dead reckoning, landmark navigation. Oh, that would be kind of cool. Arrival, VFR procedures to land, and first solo navigation. Okay. I might jump into trim management real quick and see if we can knock this out real quick or not. 3 minutes. I do like that some of these are seemingly very short. Yeah, I know. I can also just take the exam. But I just want to see like what this career mode is about a bit more. I do think this is great for people that have no experience flying at all. It's a really good way for them to...
In this lesson, let's take a look at the relationship between attitudes and power settings. Attitude
We're going to do that in 3 minutes?
Equals performance. Okay. We're currently at 5,500 feet in a cruise attitude. The aircraft's nose is positioned under the horizon, and cruise power is at 2,300 RPM.
Uh-huh.
Try to reduce power to 2,000 RPM while maintaining 5,500 feet. Great. You probably noticed, to maintain altitude, you need to pitch the nose up.
Yes.
You could just keep pulling on the yoke to hold steady, but that's not really a precise means of control. Probably better to adjust your trim wheel until you don't need to push or pull on the yoke. Drag the trim down when you need to set the nose up. Drag it up to set the nose down. Try adding trim to keep us at 5,500 feet without increasing throttle. Keep working on it, you'll get better. Increase power to 2,300 RPM while maintaining 5,500 feet. Get us back to a cruise attitude. Excellent. Now, adjust the trim. All right. You did well, but you can do better.
What if I don't want to do better?
Taught when you adjust the trim. You make course changes at first to remove pressure on the yoke. Then small adjustments to find the perfect setting to keep your desired attitude. If you feel your pitch slipping and need to get back to the proper attitude, don't worry. Just pull on the yoke, then dial in the right trim. That's the key to straight and level flight.
It's actually, like, these are good lessons for beginners that are starting with a flight sim. It's just basics. It does seem like it's going to take a lot of work to get to some of the fun activities in career mode. 55%, yeah, I know, I'm not good at trimming. I fly airliners that trim automatically. What is this about? Okay, so that's departures. Interesting. Well, I'm probably going to leave those for another time. There is a lot, I think, to be had, to be done in career mode. I don't know if it's going to be my bag of my cup of tea. Partially because I like variety in my flights and stuff, but if you're looking for things to do, like if you're a new flight simmer and you're like, where do I start? What do I do? Go through this. This is a good idea. It needs work, as much of the rest of this sim does need work. I would like to unlock companies at some point. I really wish that they would add multiplayer to companies, so you can do virtual airlines and stuff on here. That would be fun. But until they do that, let's hope that they add some patches and improve on some of the shortcomings that we've run into so far. I will probably try to do a real flight. Maybe I'll spend some time on an Airbus configuration on the weekend. I don't know. It's a lot of work for me to configure all my hardware with planes, and I don't really want to do it unless I plan on flying said airplane for a good long while, and I'm not sure yet. Not sold on those Airbuses. Or I haven't even tried the 737 MAX either. I should try them though, but it's been such a challenge this first few days trying to get into the sim, trying to get it to run, trying airplanes to getting them to show up, getting them to actually work. So it's been a struggle. thanks for tuning in tonight. I will be back next Thursday, possibly with more Flight Sim, possibly with some Farming Sim 25 again. We'll see. We'll see what we're up to. Till then, be sure to check out Shacknews.com. I'll be working on my review of Flight Simulator 24 in the next couple of weeks, so keep an eye out for that. And we'll see you again next week. Take care, folks. Thanks for stopping by.